Hi, you are listening to Chats with Elena Canty, a 4-part podcast series brought to you by the Irish Wheelchair Association Ability Programme and co-sponsored by Equal Ireland. Every episode in this series is an opportunity to get to know Elena Canty. Elena's personal experiences help us be who we can be.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking to Joanne Dawson. Hi Joanne, how are you keeping?
Hi Helena, how are you? It's great to talk to you today. How are you doing?
I'm plowing away.
Good one, nothing like it.
How are you keeping?
Oh, you're grand, plowing away like yourself as well. Just keep her going.
Yeah, that's it. You know, the whole concept around mindfulness. Obviously, it's important to teach it to everyone, now more than ever. But I suppose the hope is that the younger that we start mindfulness to everyone, the better, especially in children. How would you describe mindfulness to a 10-year-old?
What mindfulness is basically is coming back and returning to the present moment as much as we can. And it's being aware within the moment. Because you know what, sometimes you can go off on our thoughts and rattle on and so it's all about coming back. You know what, to describe that to a 10-year-old, you could probably, the way you could describe it, say if there was a bird or a butterfly outside or you're getting them out into the garden, you could just get them to focus in on that butterfly or on that flower or to smell that flower or that. And it's kind of, I suppose you're giving them the, how would you say, the practical element of mindfulness. So they're actually doing it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the best way to describe it, so that they're getting it that way, you know, and then they will be doing it from that aspect of things. So mindfulness is about being in the moment. It's coming back to the moment. You know, and the way we do that, you know, one way actually is of anchoring. If you go off in your mind and there's 100 thoughts, 20 thoughts come, and then the thought, and then you go into another thought from that. It's about catching ourselves in that and bringing us back. And how to do that is anchoring back to our breathing, to be aware of our breathing and coming back to that, doing something practical like that. So whether it's something out in nature or indeed whether it could be just with their eating of their food, it's just getting them and telling them just to tune into their senses when they're eating their food, the taste of the food. It's that, just get them, you know, that kind of thing. So that's how I go about that.
And I think, to be honest, even though a 10-year-old might not have known what mindfulness was until now, I actually genuinely believe that they have been practicing it all along. They just didn't know the name of it. It's when they become adults is the hardest thing, really. I remember being mindful when I was a kid, just focusing on whatever that task was that I was doing, whether it was out in nature or if I was playing with my Barbie doll or if I was drawing or painting or whatever it was I was doing. Like, kids only focus on the now, what they're actually doing, like eating as well. I love mindful eating actually as well. I for years it's been like said that I'm a slow eater, but what in reality it's actually what we should all aim to do is be slow eating at every meal. So I love it.
Absolutely. No, and I agree with everything you said there. I think as a child, and particularly when you were really young, you're just being mindful anyway. You're in the moment, and I think it's when we get older, that's where really we you know we get out of practice with mindfulness, because we get into society thinking as such. Oh, I have to go here, I have to do this, I have to do that. You know what I mean? So Definitely. I think I think we can learn so much from children. I think if you learn and watch, you learn so much from a child. They're so in the moment. The kind of
100%. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. They're great, really. We need to be in their company more often, to be honest. Your group mindfulness sessions have been so helpful as well every Monday, and I always look forward to them, particularly like the different mindfulness practices that you do for us, like the body scan and all of those. Which one would be your favorite?
The body scan, I think, is very powerful because I think, it makes you aware of all the different parts you're going down through the practice, in case nobody is aware of it. It's like a meditation. So you're going through all the different parts of your body and basically breathing in and breathing out into them, and then just being aware and stuff like that. And I think that it's really powerful, really, in a sense, that kind of a way, because you're really, really focusing in on each part. But I suppose my favourite, I really enjoy is the mindful walking. If one can get out into nature and out and breathe in the fresh air, it's so important these days. I love being out in nature myself, and and I think just being in tune with nature, and it's trying to be mindful when you're walking as well. And I think it's a great practice actually for mindfulness. It really is, because it could be going off and rambling, and thought could come into your mind, you'd be going off, but then you come back and say, right, no, and come back to the present moment as such, and that's what it's all to do with. It's about practicing, and coming back and coming back.
The Buddha says, with our thoughts, we make the world. Have you experienced this, Joanne?
Well, absolutely. It's so true. Our thoughts do make our world. It's whatever you think. If people are interested in, some people aren't and some people are, but the law of attraction, The Secret, all that kind of stuff. So it's whatever you put out there, and it's, if you're going to think negatively the whole day, well, then more of that, you just might as well expect it for the rest of the day, that kind of a way. So if we think more positively, and even that would change our own outlook as such. If we think positively about things, well, then our day could be much better, even for ourselves and how we feel within ourselves and all that kind of stuff. So very much it's very much a powerful thing, I'd say.
Absolutely, yeah. And the law of attraction is just, it's so powerful. I it's about over 10 years ago now, when I started reading The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and it does change your life. Even like the simple things of running into town and you need to get a parking space. My mom and I would always say, the secret, we will find it. And sure, we always do. We always find the parking space then. So we love The Secret. Rhonda is fabulous, really. And it gets you in the moment then as well. Mm-hmm. And it reduces your anxiety, and yeah, it's great.
Listen, Elena, like yourself, I really enjoy the Mondays with yourselves. I think it's a great group we have going, and it's been really, really very enjoyable, and it's great to see the growth and development in the group. And I think the peer support within it as well has been really great to see developing as well.
Yeah, I loved the peer support as well. I think that would be another favorite of mine. From the group mindfulness sessions, because we can all bring different advice to the meeting, but also we can all be very relatable to our, challenges week to week. So it's nice. It is nice to be, to listen, and it's also nice to have people hear maybe a challenge that you have, and to give advice to others as well who might have a challenge coming up or have been going through something. So it's nice, it's lovely to have that peer support, definitely. So I really appreciate it, Joanne.
No problem, Elena.
You're so full of knowledge, and you're so full of support for me and for the other members in the group mindfulness session. And you're just so empathetic, and you give so much clarity and understanding, and kind of a sense of comfort in whatever we are discussing. And yeah, it's lovely to know you, and it's great just to be in the company of you every week, because you're fabulous.
But I must say, Helena, I really admire you. I really do. I think you're an inspiration for other people like yourself. You really are. I mean, look at all you've gone through yourself, and like the challenges as you meant yourself at the start, and then to go through school, college, all that, and do your masters, and now look at where you are. So you're really somebody to be very much looked up to. I certainly think you're an inspiration to others. In relation, you're such a lovely, lovely, bubbly person. You really are, and like you give so much to other people as well. I can see that in the group, and particularly, and I think for you going through all that you've gone through, I think you're a great advocate, but you're a great advice to others, to other members, because I know some of the other members are in other situations that you may have been in before yourself. So you're great with your advice on that as well. Thank you for being who you are, because you are amazing. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I really do love the weekly group mindfulness sessions, and yeah, it's just a blessing to be a part of it, really. For everyone listening here today, what would be your guidance to anyone who wishes to improve on their mindfulness practice?
If somebody could take 5 or 10 minutes out of the day and just practice mindfulness, and there is so much online, there's so many YouTube clips, there's so much, have a guided meditation and that on it. Or sometimes, sometimes it's just sitting and looking out at the garden, or looking out, or going for a walk. We can always be very mindful when we're walking as well, and just taking in what's out there and looking around us, and rather than the way you could be walking and you'd be thinking of this and you'd be thinking of that, this, that and the other would come into your mind. But so it's about just becoming aware of that. Now that's easier said than done. That's a practice, and that takes time, and that's what mindfulness is all about, really, as such. So it's about coming back and returning, and whether that's returning to your breathing as such, which is your anchor. Other people, I always say, just come back and just observe and look what's around you, and that's then you're back in the moment.
So thank you, Joanne. I really enjoyed today's chats.
No problem, Helena. It's been great. I really have enjoyed it. So thank you very much. It's been very enjoyable.
You were listening to Elena Canty chat with Joanne Dawson. Joanne Dawson is a job coach with the Ability Program at the Irish Wheelchair Association. We hope that you learned some useful tidbits there about the impact of mindfulness. Next week is the finale of our podcast series, Chats with Elena Canty. In the finale, Elena very generously takes on numerous questions on various topics that the people of Cork center on. So tune in. Until then, take care. Bye.